we move on to the Indian Career Counselors in Year in Review. I start with a brief introduction for three of the colleagues that are here. Three of the leading career counselors in India. I'm really honored to have Priya Gupta ji from the International School, Bangalore, Asma Ansari ma'am from Delhi College, Indore, and Saritha Balanagar from Chirek International School, Hyderabad. And such a beautiful day for me because I have also visited all these three schools, and they have been lovely hosts to me at their institutions. And I think Priya ma'am and Asma ma'am, so I go back many, many decades. I think 10 साल तो हो ही गए since I've been traveling to Indore and Bangalore, and they have been really, really gracious hosts to me and kind. Saritha, again, I visited Chirek on multiple occasions, at least in the last 3 years for Masters Union. I've been there on multiple occasions and met Saritha and the other career counseling team and the principal. I think all three of you, not Priya ji nahi aayi hai, but all two of you have been at Intersect that we host every year at our campus. Still waiting for Priya ma'am to come and grace the occasion, but 3 years now for Intersect by Masters Union. So those who are joining in, I just want to add 30 seconds about what we are. Intersect by Masters Union is a community bridging the gap between industry and academia. And we are doing that for our students. We are a business and a tech school located in Gurgaon and DLF Cyber Park. Now we are on our way to become a university. We have now new programs being launched. We started at the undergraduate program in 2023. And now with about 100 students, now we have this year incoming class of 500 plus across 5 programs. So in 3 years, we have grown 5 times. And that has happened by only one mission, bridging the industry academia gap. And what we are trying to do here with Intersect is also bridging the school and the academia gap. So when I joined Masters Union, we decided that we are going to bring industry closer to our career counselors, school leaders, other university educators and admissions and outreach professionals, and bring them closer to industry and industry closer to the school. So Intersect is now a community of over 1,000 plus members from about 20 countries. And we just met representatives from six countries. Now we have India being representing here. I've already shared my talking points for this webinar with my panelists, as was the precedent earlier with the 6 panelists that we heard. So we'll just invite them over and hear their thoughts. And if anybody has any question, because of the paucity of time, we do not have the opportunity to bring you live on camera, but please feel free to use the chat section. We are monitoring, my team is monitoring the chat section. We will definitely answer your question. Any remark is also helpful. If you find something insightful, please feel free to drop in a comment and say this is really helpful. Thank you so much. May I now invite, let's say Priya ma'am has its mic off. So let's start with Priya ma'am. Priya ji, over to you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you, Ankur. And thank you for inviting. And I must appreciate your initiative of holding such a great, session, because students and families and counselors, everyone is wanting to know what the trends are now in the education space. And just to introduce myself, I'm Priya Gupta at the International School, Bangalore, heading the Career and College Counseling Department. We are a large team of 7 team members, and we are here too. I'm here representing the school.
I think, Priya ma'am, we lost you for last 5 seconds. If you can start again.
Okay.
Last 5 seconds only.
Just to say that a team of 7 team members, and I'm representing the school here. Thank you for inviting.
Thank you so much, Priya ma'am. May I go to Asma ma'am? Asma ma'am, over to you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. And thank you, Ankur, for having me over for this session where you're talking about the changing trends. I represent Delhi College, Indore, which is one of India's oldest educational institutions. And I've been working here for over 3 decades. And we are a team of 3 people here as for counseling community. So here our students come from different states of India as well as international backgrounds. And we are here to talk about the mobility trends and so on.
Wonderful. Thank you. Saritha ji, over to you.
Hi, Ankur. Good evening, everybody. It was wonderful to hear all the panelists for the last hour or so. I might have not consumed so much of information in the past so many years that I did in the last hour or so.
Thank you.
I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Saritha. I lead the Career Guidance Counseling Cell at Chirag International School. Chirag has got a legacy of nearly 4 decades. It started off as a CBSE school in Hyderabad. The potential, I believe, that region for education. At the same time, we have our own competitors, which is the international board that we have. So I think we are all prepared to speak more about what's happening in the education landscape.
So Saritha, thank you so much for the introduction. Let's start with getting a deep dive into the pointers. If you can start with your talk.
Thank you. I'll be glad to begin. As I said, Hyderabad is the most potential region, and it is predominantly a tech-oriented region, as well as the mindset of parents are still US orientation. Though the landscape has changed in the last few years, which is very evident here. The biggest competitors for us is the JE integrated schools, which have opened. With I mean across every corner of the street we see a JE oriented coaching center coming up, which is integrated, which is tied up with the local the state board, I would say local board. At the same time, what we see is it's all because of the informed choices that the students are making, the mindset of parents that is gradually being changed, and we as counselors also are trying to bring in as much resources as possible right to the children, like what Masters Union does, bridging the industria and academia. We are also trying to bridge the same thing. As in Chirag, as a school, until a couple of years back, we started partnering with universities and connecting with them. I mean, bringing the university resources to our students, giving them that exposure of what exactly universities demand. This year, frankly, with all the startups that have come up in Hyderabad in the last few years, we have partnered with a few startups and trying to bring in industry exposure to children through internships. So this is something which is giving our own kids an exposure or an experience of what are the demands going to be. As you see, careers are evolving. Every now and then we see a new thing coming up, and the children, though we see them making informed choices, at the same time, there is still a gap that needs to be bridged by career counselors. So this is something that Chirag has been doing over the last few years, and I'm glad I represent a school which gives us I guess as a career counselor, I have a platform to explore myself with the universities and industries and try to bring in them. At the school level also, we begin from grade 8 onwards, wherein each student has to look into their own interest, strength, and skills that will be aligned to their future pathways. I think as Chirag, this is what I have to say. And as Hyderabad also, we know Hyderabad has been doing great work in terms of bringing in as many schools, as many colleges to the career fairs. At the same time, I would like to know more about what other cities have been doing so that we can accommodate that as well.
Thank you, Saritha. And I totally vouch for it. As I said, I mean, Chirag, last 3-4 years that I have been, 3 years actually, that we started going to Hyderabad. Chirag was our first school that we visited, and then really, really progressive mindset. And I think that's why you're doing very, very well, not only in Hyderabad, but nationally also. And I agree. I mean, the challenges of dummy schools and students, I mean, going after coaching rather than school, I think that's another webinar that we can do. But thank you so much for sharing the insights from your school, your community. May I now? Okay, so I saw a couple of messages about you people missing the presentation for African countries and West Asia. See, all our sessions are being recorded, and we'll be putting those up on our YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed to it, I'll share our YouTube channel. You can access this. And this session is also being recorded, and we are going to put it on our YouTube channel. So that solves the thing for the sessions. May I now invite Priya ma'am for her insights from the International School Bank.
Yeah, thank you, Ankur. We are an international school, and we have a number of nationalities who come to us and study from kindergarten until grade 12. And ours is an IB PYP program followed by our own curriculum and then followed by IGCSE. And the students graduate with the IB diploma program or IB course, primarily IB diploma program. Our students have been going internationally mostly. And as everyone has been commenting, the shift has been majorly to the US. This year we saw a little lesser shift, I would say, to the US from 75% every year to this year it was 60%. And the other countries are UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, maybe Dubai. UAE is becoming another destination for our students. India, some around 5% still stay back in India, but mostly they go internationally. And the factors that are responsible for any mobility or students and parents deciding which country to go to has usually been the return on investment of the parents that they spend money on. And that would be mainly as to what is it that they will gain after the studies. And I think that's an important part because it's not all about the university or the country. It's all about how a person or a student is gaining once they have acquired certain skills, technical, professional skills. And that brings us to as to how our department focuses on developing. We focus on holistic development, or we call it areas of personal growth along with education. And we focus on these 21st century skills, which are career and life skills, digital literacy, digital literacy skills, learning and innovation skills. And I think these are really important. And we again, break them down into again smaller bits. And I'm just going to be stating those skills. And those are under learning and innovation skills, we focus on critical thinking, creativity and imagination, and problem solving. Digital literacy skills, we focus on developing technological fluency, information and media literacy. Career and life skills, we focus on, in our department, focuses on communication, collaboration, citizenship, adaptability and flexibility, leadership and initiative. We believe that as students are learning their course, whichever the course may be, in our school it is IBDP, developing these 21st century skills are very important, for which we run our own. We have our own curriculum and 5 curriculum programs. We have developed our in-house, which is higher education program, college application program, alumni network program, Oxbridge Medicine Program, Academic Enrichment Program. And our department together ensures that children are developed in all these areas. And we also begin in grade 8, and we have structured programs. And I think we are doing pretty well. We are a department which believes in a growth mindset for children. And later I'll speak a little more about other things as we go forward.
Thank you so much, Priya ma'am. Asma ma'am, over to you. I'm also conscious of the time, so we have about 10 minutes. So, Asma ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for this, Ankur. So what students are looking at nowadays, and in our school in Delhi College, we offer the CBSE and the Cambridge curriculum. It's majorly CBSE with one section only Cambridge curriculum from classes 5 to 12, where we offer IGCSE and the AS and the A levels. In our school, majority of the students are studying in India. And the rest of the population is, yes, USA is the first choice. Then we have UK, Canada, Australia. At the moment, Dubai, but there has been a slight change post the scenario in the Gulf area. Then European countries, and the courses that we are engaged towards interdisciplinary programs, because we do not follow, even in the CBSE, the stream system of sports, of humanities, or commerce, or sciences. It's all interdisciplinary. So students also are choosing such courses, like they are moving towards sustainability, psychology, data sciences, law is very popular. And another course, being in the city like Indore, family business management is a very popular course in my school. And when it comes to what is the most important thing, what the parents look at, it is the outcomes, the family expectations, and the families that we have more of business-oriented families. So they do look at return on investment, which is one strong driver at the moment. Families want assurance that when they are investing so much, it will lead to a meaningful career opportunity later on. And so cost remains important, return on investment remains very important. And what practices we follow at our school, our approach is centered on personalized counseling. And we do have a lot of alumni which are coming back and talking to the students. So Alumni Connect is very, very important here in our school. We begin early as far as down as class 8, and we actively engage with the students and the parents. And we encourage students to do research of universities which are beyond rankings. And we focus on finding the right fit rather than the most popular destinations. Now, in our school, something which we teach the children is skills which they're going to use in their daily life, like problem solving skills. We give the task to the children to make their own timetable for the exams, be it the unit test timetable or the terminal timetable. So the children are solving that problem, which they may blame us that two subjects simultaneously or maths on this day and no gap. So this is with the children. So class 12 children go to the various classes and they make the timetable, give it to me, and I then present it. So this is problem solving, major decision making, and then they are managing events. Most of the programs are led by students, and we have a whole lot of extracurricular activities in our school where the children are managing, so they know what has to be done in the welcome, how it has to be presented, how the program has to be made. So in the daily activities inbuilt in the curriculum, we are teaching them event management, leadership, problem solving, and obviously such students, when they are growing up, they are making informed decisions. So that is what we are doing at our school.
Excellent. And I still remember when I was with CALFO, I spent, I think, one day at your school training your students. And a couple of times I came and I saw that you were in action. I mean, what you are saying, I saw it in action at that time. Thank you so much, Asma ma'am. Really, really an honor to have you and hear your message and the work, the tireless work that you are doing at your institution to the larger community at large here, and also when we are going to upload this on our YouTube channel. Thank you. I am also conscious of the time. If anybody has any questions, please type it in the chat box. Otherwise, I mean, I will just do one concluding round with all of my colleagues in the same order. Saritha, anything else you want to add to your comments now that you have heard Priya ji and Asma ji, and maybe something else stuck with you?
I think more than anything else, I just wanna add here how the acceptances or the admits or the placements have changed in the last few years at Chirac as well. Chirac CBSE initially has always had got 60-40% of students, 60% at getting admitted in overseas, but in the last few years we have seen that dip in US applications. At the same time, children are ready to explore new destinations, whether it's Europe or we always have this balance of children getting placed across the globe. So that's one thing. And like I said, a parallel curriculum has always been there with Chirac, wherein we take classroom lessons every fortnight that gives children that building that rapport with the career counselor. They don't have to come to the career counselor looking for them. Rather, we go to them, to their classrooms, sharing the PPTs, talking to them, having those interactions. I think more nonetheless, I would just want to say a student might not get placed into, you might or might not get placed into the right college, but you can certainly change that college to the right one. Once you get into it, it's
Very nice, very
everything
nice.
in students.
Very
Thank you.
nicely articulated. Thank you so much, Saritha ji. Thank you so much, and more power to what you are doing at Chirac. Priya ji, over to you. Yeah, ma'am. You
I
want
would like
to
to,
add something?
yes, yeah, I would like to appreciate the universities in the recent times as to how they are also changing as per the recent trends. They're making students more employable. the services offered to the students, whether it is India or overseas, I think we are seeing a sea change. So students, when they come back as alumni and they speak to our own students, they speak a lot about the support that they receive. It's not only the education, but also the skills that universities are ensuring, like how your university or your college focuses on experiential learning model and backed up with industry interface. Similarly, there are a number of universities across the globe which are focusing on the same because they have understood that it is the requirement. We do not need only children who are educated, but are also ready for future job success. And thanks to all of you.
Absolutely, Priya ma'am. I think this is the sentiment that we have been hearing from the counselors in Africa. Then we heard it in West Asia, and now you are confirming it here in India as well. That the things that are in demand these days in students is that they have to be employable, skills have to be given, and the waiting time. I mean, earlier maybe universities were supposed to be waiting time before they enter the in a corporate world, but now they want the corporate and industry to be there in their classrooms rather than wait for 3 4 years to have a placement day and then go there. So thank you so much for validating that, Asma ma'am. Really nice, Priyaji. Over to Asma ma'am for concluding comments, and then we go to Nirmal.
So I would say this future of, as rightly said by Priya, future of international education lies in collaboration between universities, schools, counselors, parents. And when all of us work together with transparency, and when we have the student in mind, the student first approach, all the decisions taken will have stronger outcomes. So that is what, as a
Thank you.
concluding statement. Thank you so much for
Thank
having us.
you. No, thank you so much, Asma ma'am. Truly an honor to have you and Saritha and Priya here on this forum. Thank you for your insights. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being upfront and honest about what you are seeing in your own communities and the work that you are doing. You represent, and this is what I wanted to emphasize again. You represent some of the best schools in the country. And earlier we had some of the best institutions from across the world represented here. So truly echo your sentiment. Industry, academia, partnership is the way forward. That's every few months I keep hearing how universities are going to die and whatever. I mean, the only comment on that comment is that universities that do not evolve with the times are going to die. New universities, I mean, I want to just emphasize this data point. When I joined Masters Junior in 2023, we just had 100 students. In 3 years, we have 500 students joining us in the freshman class. I mean, does it show you that the universities are dying? No, the universities that are evolving are attracting the right kind of students. Students and parents are now asking more rather than just seeing the rankings and just blindly writing the check. They are asking the hard questions. Okay, who is going to teach me? Which is the industry that is relevant for me? Is it located? If the university has tie-up with those industry? What kind of alumni outcomes are happening? What kind of industry practitioners are coming and teaching and hiring or giving internships and placements. And now, I mean, we are a university, but then even at school level, I know, I mean, all of your schools also do really good internship programs. So those are the questions that we as institutions need to answer. Thank you so much.